Mighty quiet here. Mighty quiet. Good evening. Welcome to the March meeting of the Farmville Board of Commissioners. Let the record reflect that the town manager, town attorney is here, as well as all members of the board. And the business of this town will be conducted at this meeting tonight. There'll be two opportunities for you to speak. One will be in the beginning for citizens' presentation, 3 minutes, and at the end, if you have a question about anything that you've heard and may not completely understand, we'd like to address that. We do ask that when you come to the camera, you give your name and your address. If it's 125 Main Street, that is important to us. Farmville is not quite enough. We need the address for those of you that would keep that for future reference. With that being said, some time back, we started using staff for the Pledge of Allegiance and for the invocation, and that seems to be working very well for us. And tonight, I've asked my Christian friend and just a friend of mine for well over 60 years, a town employee for just about that long, Paul Ellis, to lead us in the invocation. Commissioner Elks will lead us in the pledge afterwards. If you'd rise, please.
Good evening, Mayor.
How's that for an
introduction? You might have exaggerated just a little bit. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight giving thanks for all the blessings you have given each of us. We thank you for this day and thank you for the opportunity to live in our great town. Most of all, we thank you for sending your Son so that we may have everlasting life. Now we ask that you bless our elected officials as they make decisions that may affect all of us. Lead, guide, and direct them as they make decisions that are pleasing in your sight. It is in your Son's holy name that we humbly pray. Amen.
Amen. Commissioner Elks.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for coming once again. Citizen presentations, we have one on the list. Salam. And if you would give us your address for the camera, please. We'd appreciate it.
Salam. Postal designations or corporate fictions.
Either one, so if somebody were to come in and want to track this down and see what we talked about tonight, they would have your address and locate you. Okay?
Right, that's a corporate fiction.
That'll be fine.
I'm a
That'll be
living
fine.
being.
Whatever works for you.
I got you. Okay, so I have heard it said several times, and it may be accurate, that when it comes to electricity, you pay for what you use. And I agree with that. However, when it comes to water and sewer, that is not the case. We pay for the first 3,000 gallons per month, whether we use 3,000 gallons or not. Most senior households have 2 or less occupants. Most households with 2 or less occupants don't use 1,000 gallons in a month, let alone 3,000. Therefore, senior households are being more heavily burdened by the $3,000 gallon, 3,000 gallon minimum usage, basic usage. Also, there's an automatic senior penalty in the billing cycle. Most seniors drawing Social Security payments get them on the 1st and 3rd of the month. The due dates are always prior to the 1st of the month. Thus, they always have the late penalty fee every single month. So they're basically being penalized for living long enough to draw Social Security. Now, if they're wealthier seniors and they may have a storage of wealth, that doesn't affect them because they can pay earlier. But seniors who are on the lower income scale basically have a senior penalty every single month. No senior, I think that the senior dates should be moved, or there should be some accommodation made for people who we know do not get their income prior to the beginning of the month, because it doesn't make sense that seniors who are now on limited income, less than what they were making when they were making money in their respective jobs, are now paying a penalty every single month for simply living long enough to draw Social Security. These are my 2 points. Thank you so much.
Next, town manager's comments.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board. Just have a couple quick things. We had a very good retreat. I hope all of you will agree. Last week it was a big success, and we have identified the items that we as a staff need to be working on. I'll be going over those with our staff tomorrow morning in a meeting, and we have already started some of those already, and some of those, as you know, are on the agenda tonight. So thank you for agreeing to do that again. I think it's very helpful to the staff. There is electric customer service, retail electric customer satisfaction survey that is going out. It's already online. It's already been on our website, and I think it was also shared on Facebook. But a select number, any of our customers may fill it out. We also have copies at Town Hall. But the survey firm is going to start contacting residents, a representative sample of residents and businesses starting the middle of this month, and go through survey questions on different things related to electric service. And this is water and sewer, it's just for electric stuff. It's something through Electric Cities in North Carolina. And we last participated back in 2016, and so 2018, and so we're due for another survey. So I'd encourage all the public and all commissioners to fill out the survey, or if you want to wait for the survey, call or email, come out, please respond. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes to complete it. And if you're specifically interested in getting a link to the survey, let me know and I'll send you one directly, or you can pick it off our website. So that's beginning. Then the last thing I wanted to mention, the commissioners did hear a presentation concerning branding for the town, and some ideas there. Of course, it's very preliminary at this point. We're having a follow-up meeting next week with, or I'm having a follow-up next week with the folks that made the presentation to sort of determine next steps, and be coming to you in the future to see what you think of those ideas. So just wanted to mention for the public that this discussion is ongoing, and just the whole idea is to put Farmville's best foot forward to the outside. We know here in town that we've got a good thing, but oftentimes we don't tout it enough, I guess. So anyway, that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions of town manager? Seeing none. Changes, deletions, and additions to the agenda? Anybody? Seeing none, is there a motion we accept the agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion we accept the agenda as presented.
Okay, Commissioner Smith made a motion that we accept the agenda as presented. Any questions, comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moves us down for items of consent. Board, you've seen that. Is there a motion that we accept, or any changes to be made?
I'll make the motion, we accept the as presented. I couldn't think of what
Items of consent.
items, thank you.
Commissioner Ellis has made a motion that we accept the items of consent. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All noes? Seeing no noes, the ayes have it. That brings us down to items for decision. Item number 3, consideration of revision to the Farmville Public Library Code of Conduct. David, you got this? Angie, good to see.
Or Angie can, either one of us can handle it, I guess, but this was presented at the retreat. There are some changes to the Code of Conduct. Most of the things remain. There's a summary sheet on the very top that talks about where it has changed. There's some new rules here, internet policy and use of photographic, video, or other recording devices. And then there's also some, some further definitions on some of the behavior, and also separating major from minor violations. And the library director is here to answer any of your questions.
Anybody have any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the changes to the policy to give much better leverage to the library staff.
Okay, Commissioner Elks has made the motion. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Approve the revision. Thank you for that. And thank you for becoming a regional library. It is amazing what you are doing over there. Great staff, and it's just, it just really works. That brings us to item number 4. Consideration of authorizing an electric city cost of service study through electric cities. And let me reiterate, this is just a study.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. This was also discussed some at the retreat, but for the benefit of the public and to remind the board of what we talked about, Town of Farmville last had a independent electric rate study done back in 2016. And every few years, it's a good idea to sort of make sure that we're charging what we need to charge, or in some cases, we may be charging more than we need to charge to maintain healthy reserves and capital that we need to make changes to the system and such and maintain things. So back in as a result of the last study, we actually lowered rates 10% in 2016 and another 4.1% back in 2017. And contrary to what some of you may hear from the public or see on Facebook, those are the only changes that have been made in the last 20 years to our electric rates. So we haven't raised rates, we've lowered them. And lately we've just maintained the rate structure. However, we do need to make sure that we are keeping, as I said, proper reserves for maintenance of our system and keeping up with capital needs and all. So it's time to do another study. Electric Cities offers this service at a deep discount through another contractor. As it turns out, it's the same contractor that did the study back in 2016. They're still working for UFS, which is a very good company, and that's what they do. I think this is all they do. Attached in your packet is a scope of services proposal and cost. This is a discounted rate. In addition, we have been told that we would get we could get a $5,000 grant from Electric Cities to be used towards the study. I've already gotten that commitment from them. So this price that you see in your packet is actually $5,000 more than what it will end up being. And I went back to 2016, and this rate is identical to what we paid in 2016. So over this, not many things have not gone up in 5 years. Well, this is one of them clearly. So I would ask that the board consider approving this study, commencing the study, and approving this agreement that's in your packet.
Any questions of David?
May I ask one quick question? Will you remind me, in glancing through this, how long does the study take?
Excuse me, it's probably about 90 to 120 days.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions?
That's from the time that they get the information from us, so it's not like from today. We'll be having to feed them quite a bit of information and also.
Right. I would like to make a motion that we move forward with the authorizing of the electrical study for Farmville.
Commissioner Smith has made a motion that we authorize the utility cost service study. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. David, good luck with that. I'm glad we're getting out in front of this. And honestly, I was glad to see what the audit told us about having that much reserve. And I want to thank Donna right quick. Donna, you did an outstanding job of explaining a very difficult to understand about the audit and how it works and how those things were put on us. But it's a good thing once reading your article and David's input of how this works, and it's a good thing that where we're facing. So thank you for that. Item number 5, considering the change in the meeting time from the regular commission meeting. David, you got this.
Yes, sir. This is something that was discussed at the retreat also. The meeting time for this group has been 5:30 or 6:30, excuse me, for several months or several years. I'm sorry, and it has been, I guess, successful. I mean, it's a time that is convenient for everyone. However, the suggestion has been made that we move the time to 5:30 to facilitate perhaps even more participation from the public. Perhaps they can come by after work. They can, our staff, folks, more staff can easily just move from their work day to your meeting, that type of thing. So we feel that it would better accommodate the public and our staff by moving the meeting time to 5:30. The same day would still be the first Monday of the month. This would also, our fire department also has their meetings on Mondays, that Monday night, and this would allow the fire department folks to attend our meetings when there's a fire issue or any other time they want to come. So we certainly recommend that the board move their meeting to 5:30 effective with the April meeting. And of course, we would, if approved, we would adequately publicize it far and wide, so for the public.
Any questions of David? Is there a motion that we move forward by establishing our regular meeting time at 5:30?
I'll make that motion that we approve the meeting time at 5:30.
Commissioner Nelson made a motion that we change our meeting time from 6:30 to 5:30. Just to be clear, David, what month would that begin?
It would begin in April, next meeting, next month.
It would take place in April. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The Town of Farmville Board meetings beginning April will take place beginning at 5:30, and that has been received very well, not only among town employees, but by people that would like to come to meetings without having to go home and come back. So that's been very well received. That brings us down to item I. Any citizen comments? Citizen comments? Citizen comments? Seeing none. That brings us down to closing comments. Real quick, Brenda Elks, you did a great job on the 150th anniversary parade. Fantastic job. So I'm going to start with Bert tonight and give you time to tell us all the great things that are going on with the Jaguars tomorrow. So we'll go to Bert and we'll work our way right on down. Commissioner Smith?
No, that's exciting about the Farmville Jaguars. I think both the men's and women's teams in the state finals, so that's great. It was a good parade, Brenda. Thank you very much for all your hard work. I know that takes lots of time, and I think lots of good things happening in Farmville. We're looking forward to a Dogwood Festival coming up. So just a lot of good things, and thank all the employees and the people of Farmville.
Commissioner Elks?
First of all, I would like to thank everyone that helped with the parade, from the volunteers to the judges to our police department to our fire department, EMS, making sure that we had, it was a different parade than the Christmas parade, and that's what we intended. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very easy to put together and take care of, and there was some definite interesting things in the parade, and I appreciate all the help that I received from that. Farmville Central Jaguars are going to the state championship 4 years in a row, men and women, and so we're all very excited about that. I personally am raising money to help provide transportation. We've booked 2 Trailways buses, one for the girls' team and their staff, as well as the cheerleaders, and one for the boys' team and their staff. So fundraising started with that this morning, and it's going very well, and we'll have it all paid for by the time they get on that bus. And then I will be making people aware of what time that we can hit the streets on Saturday to welcome them back home after win, lose, or draw, because we need to I'm a firm believer that we let the young people in our town know how proud we are and how we appreciate them, and the only way they can see that is by a show of support.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Shackford.
doing a super job here in our hometown, and we're so proud of what what the young people was able to do at the tournament this past weekend. And they represented well, they act well. We were sitting right behind them, and they conducted themselves in a manner that we would be happy in.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Dixon?
Thanks to the folks coming out to the meeting tonight. We didn't have much on the agenda, but we really appreciate the public showing up and helping us get the word out about what we do here. Thank you, guys.
Mr. Hobbs?
Okay, I want to join everyone in saying that this is a banner year for Farmville, and we have great leadership in our mayor, and you have a committed board just ready to go. And I want to say that the 150th anniversary, as Commissioner Elf just said, got a great kickoff with the parade, and there's a lot of celebration that's going to happen between now and the end of the year. And I noticed that I'm sure that all of you have seen some of the visible things that's happening in Farmville, like our infrastructure changes, the new houses, and I mean, you could just see the changes. But I want you to know this is going to be a year to remember, and it's going to be a legacy for years to come. So all of us can look back and say you played a role, and I want to thank you for everyone for playing a role in this great celebration.
Before you finish, the old school singers, is that right?
Yes.
Is it called old school singers?
Yes. Are they coming?
Y'all spread the word, unless Amy, the old school singers are coming on Thursday night, and this is a big event for Farmville. This is beyond huge, and you'll hear more about it when the Dogwood Festival crank up their ads and all. But this has got people excited, and I'm one of them. So we're excited about that. I spoke with the ABC people just recently. Weather holes and supplies continue to move. We may be opening our new ABC store about maybe mid-June or so, hopeful of that. The builders, the developers are thrilled with Justin, what you folks are doing, and Paul. We certainly appreciate that. Our town is real clean. Wes, I thank you for that, and the work you're doing for ADA. That's amazing, and certainly appreciate that. Our parks are looking good. The kids are out on a day like today just having a big time, and one of the things I like to see is when the town commons got youngers out there playing soccer. That's a great thing. I mean, if that doesn't say welcome to Farmville, I don't know what does. That is a great thing. There is something out there I'd like for you to share with your friends. There are only 150 names available on this plaque, which will later hang in the library, the town hall, and maybe the May Museum. It'll move around. But it's a plaque of the great state of North Carolina, and on that plaque is a place for Farmville, and it commemorates our 150 years. And this is a great way to remember somebody that may have been here, or even yourself, for years to come, as they put 150 names on there. We always have a big amount of energy after the retreat. And I think this past retreat was one of the best ones I think that I have been to, and I've been to 16, and that was absolutely the best one I think we've ever had. And I appreciate what you did, David and Amy and everybody that was just involved with the retreat, and I thank you for that. And then the board, I cannot begin to tell you what it means for y'all to be prepared and do your research and do your studying. When we come to these meetings, we're very prepared so that it can be presented and move forward so that our citizens can come and get the information they need. And another thing, the town of Farmville is on the map. It's been on the map, but we are busy now. And planning board, the planning guys will tell you they're issuing building permits every single day. We finally got the lot paved out at Food Line, whether it was ours or not, we got it fixed. We got that done. And people are excited about what we're doing, and I thank you for that. And as you all know, just recently my family hit a major speed bump, and I appreciate your prayers. We are over the speed bump now, and we are moving forward. I thank you for your prayers, and on behalf of my family, I ask that you keep us in your prayers, and we keep moving forward. It is a busy time in Farmville. With that being said, is there a motion that we adjourn?
Motion that we adjourn.
All in favor say aye. Aye. I now say we're going home. Thank you.